I should never have clicked that link. That single decision, the one that felt so small at the time, has ruined everything. I can't sleep, I can't think, and I can't trust my own reflection anymore. Every shadow feels heavier, like it's leaning toward me. And even as I type this, I swear I can hear the faint clicking of a keyboard behind me, though my computer is the only one in this room. It's been days, at least, I think it's been days. Time doesn't feel right anymore. Hours bleed together, whole nights vanish, and sometimes I'll look at the clock and realize an entire afternoon has passed without me moving. Or maybe I did move, maybe I just don't remember. Sometimes I catch glimpses of tabs open on my browser that I know I never opened. Threads with usernames that look familiar, but aren't mine. I know how it sounds. I know you're probably thinking I've gone paranoid, that I've been binging too many late-night horror stories. But this isn't some Reddit creepypasta or a dark web mystery box stunt. This isn't entertainment. This is a confession. I found something I wasn't supposed to. Or maybe it found me. There's a forum out there, hidden deeper than anything you'll stumble on through a search engine. It's not the kind of place you wander into by accident. It was invitation only. I thought it was a joke at first, like some edgy roleplay community. But what I saw there, what I read, and what I eventually clicked on wasn't roleplay. It wasn't just words on a screen. And now it's bleeding into my life. I keep seeing usernames from that forum pop up in my notifications, even though I've blocked them, even though the accounts vanish right after. I keep hearing things, soft whispers when the house is empty, typing when the power's out. Sometimes I'll glance at the corner of my screen and see a message flash for half a second, like someone's trying to get through before the system swallows it up. If this post disappears, you'll know why. Because once you've seen what I've seen, there's no going back. Let me explain how it started. Before everything went wrong, it started stupidly normal. It was one of those nights where sleep didn't feel like an option. 2 a.m., nothing but the dull hum of my laptop fan and the faint glow of the screen. My best friend and I were messaging back and forth, sending each other the usual internet trash. Cursed TikToks, creepy YouTube thumbnails, and those overproduced top 10 dark web mystery boxes gone wrong videos. We'd laugh at them like everyone else does. Half the time it was just cheap jump scares or some guy pretending his Amazon box full of thrift store junk came from the shadows of the deep web. Still, it scratched that itch, the same one that makes people rubberneck car crashes. Most people doom scroll, my friend typed, after sending me yet another fake mystery box unboxing. We wanted worse. He wasn't wrong. Normal late-night scrolling just didn't cut it anymore. We liked to push the algorithm, to click deeper, to see what strange corners the internet would cough up once you've burned through all the safe, recommended stuff. It was a game to us. Reddit creepypastas, lost episode conspiracies, urban legends recycled 1,000 times. We weren't looking for truth. We were chasing the rush. I had 5 different tabs open, half-baked conspiracy threads, a video claiming SpongeBob had a secret band pilot episode, and a Reddit post about someone who found coordinates hidden in static on an old VHS tape. All of it was absurd, ridiculous. That's what made it fun. We joke like we always did. But I can find a site creepier than yours. Not unless you find the Russian sleep experiment sequel. If I end up cursed, you're paying my funeral bill. It was harmless. Or it should have been. The thing about late-night browsing, though, is it blurs the line between entertainment and obsession. One link becomes 2, 2 become 20, and before you know it, you're staring at forums that feel wrong. Not illegal wrong, just off, like you've stepped into a conversation you weren't supposed to hear. And that's when I found it. Buried in a comment chain so old the original post had already been deleted, there was a username I didn't recognize. No profile picture, no post history, just a single reply under a thread about websites you should never visit. The reply said nothing but a link. Looking back, the username alone should have warned me. It wasn't edgy, it wasn't obvious, it was too plain. Generic. Forgettable in the way a shadow at the corner of your eye is forgettable until it moves. I hovered over the link, half expecting it to be broken or lead to some rickroll. My friend egged me on. Click it. What's the worst that could happen? If only I'd known that was the last normal night I'd ever have. The link shouldn't have worked. Most dead comments like that go nowhere, swallowed by expired domains or blocked by browsers. But this one opened instantly. The page was bare, white background, black text, no images, no ads. Just a single line, centered at the top, not responsible for what follows. Beneath it, a countdown timer. 5 minutes. For seconds, already gone. I froze, staring at the numbers tick down. The site wasn't flashy or dramatic. It was sterile, clinical. But that made it worse. My friend spammed my messages, half joking, half demanding. What is it? Send the link. Bro, don't chicken out now. The exclusivity trap worked. Even though my stomach nodded, my cursor hovered over the sign-up form. Username. Email. That's all it asked. No password, no CAPTCHA. Just step through the door. A red banner at the bottom blinked. Limited to 200 members. 199 remaining. I typed fast. My real email, because apparently paranoia only applies when it's already too late. My friend kept pushing. Do it. It's just a weird fan site. You'll get some dumb creepypasta and a virus. Big deal. When I hit enter, the screen went blank for a breathless second. Then, you're in. You shouldn't be. A chill slid down my spine. Not because of what it said, but because it felt personal. Like it knew me, knew I wasn't supposed to cross the line. The confirmation email hit my inbox less than a second later. No sender, no subject line. Just a message body with 4 rules. Never log in after 3 a.m. Do not share the forum outside the forum. Do not respond to black threads. The moderators are always watching. The rules were simple, until they weren't. My friend's reaction was instant. Dude, that's perfect. It's like an ARG. Creepy instructions and everything. Just go with it. And maybe that was the excuse I needed. I wanted it to be a game, some elaborate fan project buried deep online. A secret club, an internet story I could say I saw firsthand. So I logged in. The forum was as empty as a mausoleum. Thread titles stretched down the page, each one vague. Introductions, observations, threads to avoid. The usernames were faceless, just strings of random numbers. No avatars, no signatures. The eeriest part? Every single member had a perfect rating. A 5-star bar next to their name, flawless. No fluctuations, no variance. As if none of them had ever misstepped, never broken a rule. Scrolling deeper, I saw cryptic replies littering the posts. Don't click the black threads. Stay in your lane. Silence keeps you safe. I couldn't tell if they were role-playing or dead serious. The entire site gave off the feeling of a room where everyone was whispering, but you couldn't quite hear the words. My friend urged me in chat, post something, say hi. But typing into that blank text box felt wrong, like carving my name into the walls of a tomb. Instead, I lurked, reading the oldest posts. Some users were gone, accounts with no posts. No activity, just usernames struck through with a single word. Erased. I was about to close the page when a new notification appeared, bold and black. Welcome, new member. No username attached. No moderator tag. Just a message that appeared at the top of the forum like it had been waiting for me. My friend messaged, "Okay, now that's cool. Dude, it's reacting to you. You have to keep going." And against every better instinct, I did. Logging in the first time felt anticlimactic. The screen didn't flicker, no ominous red warning text popped up, no hidden camera turned on. Just a standard forum layout. White background, threads listed in neat rows, timestamps marking each post. For a second, I almost laughed. This was what had me sweating. My friend spammed me. "So? What is it?" "Bro, don't tell me it's boring. It's just a forum. I typed back. Looks like Reddit if Reddit lost its design team and forgot how to use CSS. He sent a laughing emoji. So basically every ARG ever. At first glance, he was right. The thread categories looked normal enough. General discussion, off-topic, introductions. But when I clicked into them, the content wasn't. The introductions board was full of posts that weren't introductions at all. Titles like, "She's been missing for 17 days now." The blood didn't wash off like I thought. Camera feed glitched. Can anyone confirm they saw it too? I skimmed one thread and immediately regretted it. It wasn't a story. It was a police report copy-pasted verbatim. Missing person's name, last known location, physical description. The kind of thing you'd see on an official bulletin, except this was buried in a shadow forum with strangers commenting things like, "Not the first one in that area. Don't call attention to yourself. Check under floorboards." I backed out quick, heart thudding. My friend messaged, "Send me a screenshot." "No way," I typed. "Pretty sure that breaks rule number 2. Dude, come on. This is literally what you joined for." He wasn't wrong, but still, something about those threads made me feel like looking too long was a violation on its own. I clicked general discussion. More of the same. Rumors of unsolved crimes. Links to grainy footage that had long since been scrubbed from normal sites. Someone asking if anyone else had heard the child laughing under the static during a live stream. It all could have been fake. It should have been fake. But the tone of the replies wasn't playful or ironic. No memes. No jokes. Just curt answers, like they all knew more than they were saying. Then, as I scrolled, something flickered. A thread blinked out of existence right as my cursor passed over it. 1 second it was there, he's watching the watchers, and the next gone. No record it had ever existed. I froze, refreshing the page. Nothing. My friend pinged me again. "Well, what's the creepiest thing you've seen so far?" I hesitated, fingers over the keys, before answering. "I think stuff disappears. Like, threads get deleted while you're looking at them." "Classic ARG trick," he replied instantly. "Timed events. They probably coded it to vanish. It's scripted." I wanted to believe that. God, I needed to believe that. But then I saw the next thread title. It was my email address. Not my username. Not some random guess. My actual, full, personal email. Written out in the subject line, bold black text against white. I didn't click it. Couldn't. My hands hovered over the mouse, but my skin prickled with the sense that opening it would be like opening a letter I was never supposed to receive. My friend's messages popped up again, oblivious. ARG. 100%. They probably scraped your info when you signed up. I stared at the title. No posts around it changed. No mod intervention. Just my email sitting there like bait on a hook. I backed out. Tried refreshing the page. When it reloaded, the thread was gone. The silence in my room felt heavier than before, like someone had just walked in and was standing behind me. I spun in my chair. Empty. I tried off-topic next, because maybe small talk would feel normal. It didn't. Threads about music or food or books always bled into something darker. Best headphones for drowning out the voices? Anyone else here typing when their computer's off? I don't dream anymore. Does anyone? Everywhere I clicked, unease crept deeper. Like the forum wasn't about horror, it was horror. And then it happened again. A thread appeared at the top of the list in black text, bolder than the rest. No title, just a blank subject line. I remembered the rule. Do not respond to black threads. "Bro," my friend typed, "click it." Seriously, that's the whole point. Hidden stuff. My palms were slick with sweat. Every instinct screamed no. But the cursor drifted anyway. I told myself it was just coding. Just a trick. Just a puzzle. And I clicked. The screen went black for a second, then filled with text so small and pale it looked like it was trying to hide from me. No header. No post count. No usernames. Just a single line at the top. "You shouldn't be here." My heart sank. I wasn't imagining the chill crawling up my arms. This wasn't some flashy ARG trick. This felt personal. The thread scrolled down automatically, like it was guiding me. Paragraphs flickered in and out, unfinished sentences, jagged timestamps. Case files, reports, pictures that wouldn't load all the way. At first, I thought they were fabricated crime scene notes, the kind you see on creepypasta wikis. But the details were too sharp. The handwriting scanned onto PDFs was too messy, too human. And then the names started looking familiar. I scrolled faster, my stomach tightening. There were streets I knew, a diner I'd eaten at last week. One document listed an intersection 2 blocks from my apartment, circled in red. I typed to my friend, "It's showing stuff from my town." He shot back, "No way. Send me proof." "I can't. Rule number 2. He didn't care. Screenshot it. I bet it's all fake anyway. But it didn't feel fake. The longer I stared, the more I recognized. A news clipping that had barely made local headlines. A missing kid I remembered seeing on a flyer last summer. Things I had forgotten. Things I had ignored. And then the screen shifted again. This time not documents, not clippings. A video player. It auto-loaded. Grainy static filled the box, then resolved into a live feed. I saw a streetlight, flickering. A cracked road. My road. I leaned in, pulse hammering. It was nighttime outside in the feed. Right now nighttime. And the camera wasn't angled like street surveillance. It was ground level, from the sidewalk, as if someone were standing there, filming. I sat back hard in my chair, suddenly aware of my own window at my side. The angle was the same. My friend spammed me. "Dude, what are you seeing?" "Hello?" I typed, "It's outside. It's my street." He didn't reply for a few seconds. Then, "Bro, shut it down. That's not funny. I'm serious. Stop. Just stop. It's a prank. Some creep spoofed your location." I wanted to believe him. My rational brain clawed for explanations. GPS spoofing, deepfake tricks, maybe even some sadistic but brilliant ARG devs. I told myself that. Over and over. It's fake. It has to be fake. Except the feed zoomed. As if whoever was holding the camera had just stepped closer. The image adjusted, focused, right on my building's front door. My chest locked up. I could hear my own blood rushing in my ears. Then, without me clicking anything, a second window opened. Another live feed. This one was inside. My apartment. I froze, staring at the impossible image. My living room. The sagging couch, the pile of laundry in the corner, the TV remote on the coffee table. The perspective was high, like a corner-mounted security cam. Only, I didn't own a camera. I couldn't even type. My friend spammed me again. "What now?" I finally forced it out. "It's inside." Silence. Then no. "Nope. Shut it off. This is where you log out." Now, I reached for the keyboard, but something new appeared on the feed. A digital timer, glowing red, counting down from 30:00. The numbers ticked lower, steady, unstoppable. "What's the timer for?" my friend messaged, but I didn't answer. My throat was dry. I whispered it out loud instead, to no one but myself. "I don't know." And then the power flickered. Just for a moment. The lights in my apartment dimmed, came back. My monitor buzzed. I slammed the logout button. The forum disappeared. My desktop returned. I sat there, heart racing, convincing myself it was over. Except, the feed was still there, floating above my desktop like it was burned into the screen. The timer's still ticking down. 29:41. 29:40. Most people regret impulse buys. Shoes they'll never wear. Takeout they couldn't afford. I regret impulse clicks. Because ever since I clicked that black thread, my world hasn't been mine. At first, I tried to rationalize it. I shut my laptop hard enough that the sound echoed down the hall. I told myself, it's done. It's just a tab. But a few seconds later, ping. A notification. I froze. My laptop was closed. Dead. But from inside the shut casing, muffled, I swore I heard the same hollow chime the forum used whenever someone replied. I didn't touch it. Not that night. I crawled into bed, staring at the lid of my laptop like it might crawl open by itself. Sleep came in jagged bursts. Every time I dozed off, I jolted awake to the sound of typing. Not outside. Not downstairs. Inside my room, faint but distinct. Key presses. Slow. Deliberate. I told myself it was in my head, that I was primed for paranoia. Except the next morning, when I finally opened the laptop again, there was a new notification waiting on the forum homepage. The post was blank except for a single sentence. "We liked watching you sleep." I almost dropped the computer. I didn't even tell my friend at first. I couldn't. My mind scrambled to find loopholes. Maybe malware. Maybe I left my webcam uncovered, and this was all a prankster using my data. That's what I wanted to believe, until my phone rang. Unknown number. No caller ID. I let it ring once, twice, then answered. Static. I was about to hang up when I heard it. Faint but sharp, someone whispering the exact same sentence I just read on the forum. "We liked watching you sleep." Click. I sat in silence, clutching the phone so tightly my hand cramped. Later that day, I tried to shove normalcy back into my routine. Streaming something in the background, scrolling memes, texting like nothing was wrong. But then my phone buzzed again. Another notification from the forum. The post said, "Don't bother with the streaming app. You won't find it funny anyway." I stared at the words. Because in that exact moment, seconds earlier, I had just queued a comedy special. They weren't just echoing things I'd done. They were watching me do them. I grabbed the phone, texted my friend in a panic. "They're posting about me in real time." His reply was instant. "Dude, delete, 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 get out." But how? The logout hadn't worked before. The feed kept following me. My friend spammed me with instructions. Uninstall your browser. Wipe your hard drive. Smash the laptop if you have to. I was about to try when another post appeared. This one had a photo of my desk, my chipped mug of cold coffee, the open notebook, the lamp with a crooked shade. The picture was so exact I glanced around the room like an idiot, trying to find where the camera was hidden. I typed frantically to my friend. "They just posted my desk." I swear to God. He called me. His voice was shaking. "Listen to me. This is not just code. This is not some clever hacker game. You need to walk away. Now." And then, as if mocking his words, another notification. "The forum thread updated while we were still on the call. He's telling you to walk away. He doesn't understand. We already see you." I swear my chest seized up. I felt my breath hitching, shallow. "They know you're on the phone," I whispered. Silence on the line. Then my friend hissed, "Shut it down. Delete the account. Now." I clicked to settings, desperate, my cursor trembling. But before I could even hit delete profile, the screen went black and a new message appeared in red. "Too late. We see you." And in the reflection of the dark monitor, just for half a second, I thought I saw movement behind me. Every thread was a trap, and I clicked them all. That was the thought that hit me as I stared at my screen, watching the forum warp into something I couldn't explain anymore. The background wasn't just a dull black interface now. It rippled, alive, like oil floating on water. Every refresh brought new horrors, like the page itself was rewriting reality in front of me. Then it happened. My monitor flickered once, twice, and then stabilized into a video window. I thought it was another live stream, like the ones from the black threads. But my stomach dropped as soon as I saw what was on the screen. It was my room, not from my webcam, not from any angle that should have been possible. The view was high up, diagonal, like it was filmed from the corner of the ceiling itself. I pushed back from my desk so hard my chair toppled. My heart stuttered. My friend's voice echoed through the call on speaker. "What do you mean it's your room? Send me a pic, now." I snapped a photo with my phone. My desk. My screen. My own terrified body mirrored in the feed. Sent it. His typing bubbles appeared, then stopped. When his reply came, It wasn't helpful. It was just, oh my God. I forced myself closer to the screen. The live feed kept running, tracking every twitch, every breath I made in real time. This isn't possible, I whispered. There's no camera there. There's nothing there. As if mocking me, the forum auto-typed a message beneath the video window. There doesn't need to be. That was when my friend decided he'd had enough. I heard him moving frantically on his end. Screw this, man. I'm coming over. We're getting you out of there. No. Wait. I started, but I didn't finish. Because the door to my own apartment rattled. Not a knock. Not footsteps. The handle shook violently, like someone was trying to force their way in. My blood turned to ice. Someone's here, I whispered. No one's supposed to be there, my friend said. He was panicking now. Don't open it. Just don't. The sound stopped. Silence. I crept toward the door, phone in one hand like a pathetic weapon. My breathing was so loud I could hear it bouncing off the walls. I reached out, hesitated, then slowly twisted the handle. It didn't move. The door wouldn't open. From the inside, I yanked it harder, my nails scraping the wood. Nothing. It was sealed shut, like the hinges themselves had fused. I stumbled back, pulse hammering. That was when the screen updated again. A countdown timer appeared. Bold red numbers ticking down second by second. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I didn't know to what. I rushed back to my desk. They started a timer, I said into the phone. I don't know what happens when it ends. My friend cursed under his breath. Don't watch it. Don't give them what they want. But I couldn't look away. The forum was alive. Usernames blinking, black threads swallowing themselves whole. And then, one by one, the usernames began vanishing. Not logging off. Erased. Each time a name flickered out, the feed stuttered, like reality itself hiccuped. 9 minutes. 8. And then I saw my friend's username in the sidebar. I froze. Why are you in here? I'm not, he said. I never joined. But the screen disagreed. His name blinked faintly at the edge of the member list. As I watched, letters began to fade from it, one by one. H. A. L. No, 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 no. I muttered, pounding the desk. What's happening? He demanded. Your name, it's being erased. Stop watching it. Just close it. Smash the damn thing. 7 minutes. I was about to slam the laptop shut when the feed warped. The camera angle inside my room shifted. My breath hitched, because it wasn't aimed at me anymore. It was aimed at the hallway, at my friend, standing right outside the impossible door that wouldn't open. I screamed into the phone, "Don't move. Don't." But before I could finish, the feed glitched. His figure shuddered, split into static lines, and then nothing. Gone. The phone went dead in my hand. His voice cut midword, like it had never existed. 6 minutes. I was alone. The forum updated. The auto-typing returned, crawling slowly across the screen like a predator savoring the chase. Your turn. I shoved back from the desk, my body trembling so hard my teeth chattered. I clawed at the windows, but they wouldn't open. The glass wasn't glass anymore. It felt warm, pliable, like skin. 5 minutes. My head spun. I begged aloud, to no one. What do you want from me? The forum answered. We want you where you belong. The feed zoomed in. Closer and closer until my own face filled the screen. Eyes wide, mouth trembling, pupils blown wide with terror. It was me, watching me, from an angle that shouldn't exist. For minutes, I couldn't breathe. The walls pulsed around me like a throat swallowing something whole. I backed into the corner, laptop still open, timer still bleeding down second by second. 3, 2, 1, and then everything went black. I collect haunted hardware now, apparently. That's the only way I can describe the graveyard of laptops and hard drives I've gone through since that night. I smashed the first one with a hammer, poured lighter fluid on the second, left the third at a bus station across town, and never looked back. Didn't matter, because every time I turn on something new, something clean, there it is again. The forum. Not the same URL, not even the same interface, but fragments. Images. Stray files that shouldn't exist. They show up in folders I never created, tucked away between system logs and temp caches. I'll be browsing my desktop, and suddenly there'll be a .jpeg titled blackthread_03.jpg. I open it once, and it's nothing but static. I open it twice, and the static resolves into something I recognize. My street. My room. My face. The feeds always find me. I've tried warning people. God knows I've tried. Reddit, Discord, even old creepypasta forums nobody touches anymore. My posts vanish within minutes. Whole threads scrubbed clean, like they never existed. Once, a moderator DM'd me. Their message was one line. Stop. They see you. When I went to reply, their account was already deleted. So I tested it. I set up a burner account on a throwaway site and posted a detailed timeline of everything. The rules, the feeds, the usernames that disappeared. I hit publish, refreshed, and watched my own words evaporate. Not even cached. Just gone. That's when it hit me. This isn't just a forum. It's a filter. A net cast wide across the internet, dragging in people who are curious or careless enough to click. And once you're inside, you're marked. Your IP, your name, your face, your future. Doesn't matter if you leave. Doesn't matter if you burn your devices. The forum always comes back. Sometimes, late at night, I hear my phone vibrate. No notifications, no missed calls. Just that low buzz on the nightstand, over and over, until I pick it up. And when I do, the screen is blank except for 3 words. We're not done. I've stopped trying to make sense of it. Some days, I convince myself it's a government op, black budget surveillance program targeting the curious and the reckless. Other days, I'm sure it's older than that. Something parasitic. Digital folklore with teeth, bleeding into reality every time someone tries to look too closely. Either way, people don't come back once they've been taken. My friend is proof. His socials are still up, his account's still there, but they're husks, like an abandoned building with the lights on. Posts stop mid-thought. Group chats show his icon typing, but no words ever appear. His last Instagram story is just a blank black screen. No one else seems to notice, but I know. I know what it means. And I know I'm next. Because last night, my documents folder filled with screenshots I didn't take. Each one was a frame from my own life. Brushing my teeth, scrolling my phone in bed, standing at the window at 3 a.m. I hadn't done those things yet. The timestamps were hours, sometimes days, into the future. I don't know what's worse. The idea that they're watching me, or the idea that they're writing me one screenshot at a time, like I'm just another file being edited. That's why I'm posting this here, in the few corners where I think it might slip past their net for a moment. Not because I think I'll be saved. Not because I think you can fight them. But because if you're reading this, it means the forum is spreading again. And the clock is already ticking. If you're still listening, then I need you to hear me clearly. Do not search for it. Don't. I know you're curious. Hell, I'd be curious too if I were in your position. But curiosity is the exact bait they use. That's the honey on the razor blade. You've probably already started typing the name in your head, right? Dark web forum, forbidden threads, countdown feeds. Stop. Erase it. Forget it. If you've never heard of the phrase PX, 91 Black Forum, consider yourself lucky. That's the name they slip in the cracks, the breadcrumb that pulls people under. I shouldn't have even said it out loud. Listen, you think you're safe because you're watching this on YouTube, because this is just a story, right? That's what I thought too. Fiction. Arc. A campfire tale for people who stay up too late scrolling Reddit. But the first sign it's real is when you try to talk about it, and your words vanish. Whole threads wiped, comments deleted, accounts closed. That's why I'm telling you, use the comments. If anything like this has happened to you, if you've seen usernames vanish mid-chat, or countdowns appear on your screen, or files you never saved show up in your folders. Say something. Put it below, before they notice, before it's erased. Because once the silence sets in, you're already marked. And I don't just mean online. People go missing. Whole communities blink out. You think creepypastas vanish because they were badly written? No, they vanish because someone got too close to the truth. I can feel some of you smiling at that, shaking your head. I sound insane. I know. That's exactly how they win, by convincing you it's all a game. That's how I got here. My friend said, "This is just an ARG, right?" He laughed, and then he disappeared. Tell me he's laughing now. So here's the deal. If you're the type who can't resist, who's already itching to open another tab and type PX 91 Black Forum, remember this. Every click is a handshake. Every search is an introduction. And once they know your name, you can't make them forget. Even watching this might be enough. Maybe that's why you feel that itch on the back of your neck. That tug of paranoia that maybe, just maybe, your camera light flickered a little too long. Maybe that wasn't compression in the video. You saw something moving behind me, didn't you? Yeah, thought so. I can't stop you from looking. I couldn't even stop myself. But if you do, if you go digging, then you need to remember one thing. Don't click the black threads. Because once you do, there's no logging off. Wait, did you hear that? That notification sound. But my laptop's closed. I thought it was over. After I shut this down, after I swore I'd never touch the forum again, I sat in the dark, waiting. Minutes stretched into hours. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. My eyes burned from staring too long at a screen that refused to let me go. And then the silence cracked. The laptop powered on by itself. No boot chime, no loading screen, just the glow, washing my room in sickly light. I hadn't touched it. I hadn't even looked at it. But there it was, humming, waiting, like it knew the moment my guard dropped. The forum was back. Not the version I'd seen before. Not the endless pages of threads, usernames, countdowns. Just a black screen. Empty. Waiting. Like a stage before the curtain rises. And then the text appeared. Line by line. White against the dark. New thread created. Title. My full name. I froze. My chest tightened. I hadn't given them that. Not there. Not anywhere. And before I could close it, before I could even move, the thread opened on its own. No replies, no usernames, just one window. A video feed. It took me a second to understand what I was seeing. The camera angle was wrong, too high, too still. It showed my room, my desk, my chair. And in the center of the frame, sitting exactly where I am now, was me. The stream was live. I turned, slowly, fighting the urge to vomit. Nothing was behind me. No tripod, no webcam, no hidden phone. Just shadows pooling where the light didn't reach. And yet, on the screen, I could see myself from behind. Every breath, every twitch of my hand, every nervous glance. I slammed the lid shut. The glow bled through the cracks. The hum rattled the desk. My heart hammered so loud I couldn't hear anything else. But there was one final line of text, stamped across the black screen in letters too bright to ignore. They're still watching. And now, so are you.